All right. We've got another unboxing for you guys today. Thanks for hanging out with me. My name's Carter. This is Edge Mindset. We talk about knives. We show knives. Mostly I show knives. Let's be honest. I'm going to be honest with myself. Most of this channel is a show and tell. I need to fix that. I need to change that. I need to add more varied content to this channel. I used to do more kinds of videos, and I don't as much anymore. Although I do still, on occasion, do usage videos and things like that. They just don't do as well. So I don't do them as much, and you probably don't see them because YouTube doesn't suggest them because they don't perform all that well. But anyways, I'm stalling. We're taking a look at, yes, another Medford. All right, cool. It came with the box. I wasn't sure it was going to come with the box because the previous owner said he doesn't like to keep boxes. So here we go. This is a USMC, United States Marine Corps Fighting Flipper. So this is modeled after the, it doesn't have the hard box. Okay, so it does not have all the box. It just has the soft box and the COA here. Let's take a look. So this is a model that I haven't been all that interested in. You know, it's one of the few Medfords that I've kind of stayed away from. Just wasn't really my jam. I gotta say, I do like this tumbled. Ooh, that flips good. That flips good. I do have to say, man, this thing is smooth as frickin' butter. I do like the kind of the tuxedo look more than I. Wow. More than I thought I would. Let's see. This flips amazingly well. Shockingly well. Because for those that don't know, this is running on phosphor bronze washers. Like, Medford knives historically are not known for being the best flippers. For example, this guy right here. This is an old school one. So, kind of hard to judge completely, but this is an old school one. Very easy to fail. Right, very easy to kind of just pop open a little bit. It's getting better. I've tuned it up a little and I'm breaking it in. But they've come a long way. Medford has come a long way because this thing flips really cool. Yeah, it just never really, I don't know, something about this one. I think, okay, I'm going to say the G word. I am going to say the G word. Here, hold on. All right, there we go. Just wanted to let a little more light into the room here. G word. A little gas station-y, right, for me. And I guess it's, this is supposed to look like the USMC K-bar fighter knife, right? And so these grooves right here are meant to mimic or pay homage to the stacked leather handles. And then you've got the black coated blade in this case, which matches the black coated blade of the K-bar. Should have grabbed my K-bar. I just remembered I have one. I lost the sheath, but I have the knife. Maybe on my full review, I will make sure and grab the full kit and do a comparison. I'm also curious what the size is because this thing is freaking massive. But yeah, I don't know. This is one of the knives that I kind of shied away from. I'm not the biggest flipper fan in general. And then there's the reputation of Medford knives just not being very good flippers. Kind of made me think, nah, I'm just not going to do it. But this is pretty cool. So I traded into this. I traded into this. Yeah, sure. I'll say what I traded. Some of you are going to flip out. I traded my Hinder XM24 Skinny Warncliffe with the burgundy scale. I traded for this. And so far, I am on a Medford kick, so this isn't really fair to say whether I should have or shouldn't have, because I'm stoked to have this, just to try it out, and it's right up my alley. It's freaking huge. It is freaking huge, and very cool. Now, one thing that I always kind of liked is how they did this pommel piece, right? So this is a single piece. Is this titanium? Let's find out. Where's my mushroom? There's my mushroom. There she is. Yeah, titanium. Everything is titanium. Titanium hardware, pommel, scales, pocket clip, and then we've got the steel beg ball in here. Missed opportunity to go with the black silicone carbide ball That would have looked so much better, in my opinion. Ooh, is that popping out? No, it's just slipping. I was wondering how hard it is to maybe replace that, but I don't know if it's worth it. But I like this single pommel piece right here. That's pretty cool. And then it screws in from the bottom. What a neat little knife. I will say it should be in 3V. I mean, I feel like this is a knife that should be in 3V. Let's check out the weight on this bad boy. Yeah, nothing. I mean, this is like 9.8 ounces. This is gym shorts carry right here. This is like Sunday nice dress pants carry. I kid. It's super heavy. Really like the cutout on the lock bar here. It actually looks a lot like this 187. Similar concept. Very cool. You know, at first I didn't love the fact that it had just the black coated blade because I'm really into like Vulcan finishes and things like that. But now that I remember that the USMC fighter, you know, the fixed blade this is based off of has a black coated blade, it kind of, you know, it just works. Just works. Over travel, standard stuff, very cool. No lightning holes on this. You are not going to find any lightning holes on this guy at all. Beautiful detent. And like I said, this thing is so smooth. It is pretty wild. What year was this? This was 24, right? Yeah, July. So, you know, 10 months ago this was made. So fairly recent model. Let's see, what kind of condition are we looking at here? Looks pretty good. I mean, there's a couple little marks. It's been carried. Not brand new. The one I traded was carried as well. So I would say, comment down below if you think this was a good trade with my Hinderer XM24 skinny Wharncliffe. But the last time I asked for your guys' opinion, I got nothing but hate, right? I got tons of vitriol. And in fact, it was when I traded this guy, the Praetorian Tie, for the custom Emerson. Everybody hated me, you know, tons of comments about why am I asking people's opinions? And I don't know what it is. Let me vent a little bit. Lately, I don't know if it's the trolls are coming out or something about the videos I've been doing, but I have just been getting slammed with a bunch of hate comments all over the place. And, you know, the thing is, these videos are not doing outstandingly well, right? Like, if I put up a video and it kind of pops off and it gets a bunch more views than normal, I kind of expect that I'm going to get more quote-unquote normies chiming in, regular Joes that are like, what the hell are you talking about? Quit whining, blah, blah, blah. You know, that kind of stuff. But lately, these videos have not been popping off that much, and yet I've been getting tons of those kind of comments. I don't know what's going on, but I guess it's all part of the game, so to speak. All right, USMC fighter. Here's the unboxing impression. I like it way more than I thought I would, which, you know, is not uncommon for me. It's a little thinner than I expected, which I like. I really kind of like that. I think part of it is seeing this handle with these stripes. My brain naturally kind of thought of the K-bar handle, which is kind of almost completely round. I mean, it's a little oblong, but it's almost completely round. And so I kind of thought this would be completely round and just be, you know, this thick, but it's not. The other thing, flips way better than I was expecting. I have heard not the best things about Medford flippers. This is the only one I've ever experienced, and you know, it's not the best. This one surprised me too, based on what I had heard. So I don't know. Maybe Medfords aren't as bad at flipping as people thought, or maybe just old ones were. I don't know. We do have this exposed lock face, man. I really struggle with that guy. This one has it a little bit right there. You know, I get why he does it. He's trying to get this pivot as high as possible, but I don't like the idea of this lock face just hanging out in the wind like that. Yeah, just not that cool. The worst offender is this 187 right here. I mean, the first time I saw this, I legit thought that this was some sort of skull crusher. And then I realized, oh, wait, no, that's just the lock face right there. That's just the lock face. A lot of people are concerned if they drop the knife, you know, it could damage that lock face. Certainly possible. I think unlikely. You know, I mean, it would have to hit dead on. And even if it hit the highest point, which is this corner, technically that is not the lock. You know, you can see the marks right there of where it's locking up. You've got a little bit of real estate. But you could technically, if you hit this corner, like you could mar that lock face up right there. And unlike dropping it down here, which would cause damage, this could potentially ruin the ability of the knife to stay locked. So I don't know. Might be something cool to test. Like if I can get a hold of maybe a 187, like just a cheap user, you know, might be something worth trying dropping it and seeing if I can ruin that lock face. I don't know. Just thought of that now. All right, guys. What do you think of the USMC fighter? Actually, I do wish it had a Vulcan blade. I mean, Vulcan is just always better. In my opinion, it's just always go with the Vulcan, you know? It'd be cool if it had like a darker kind of Vulcan on it. Maybe not one as colorful as this, but black is cool too. All right, guys, comment down below. Thank you. Take care.